Yes, absolutely. And I'm so glad that you said that too, because it does start in the home, right? So it's not like you just woke up one day and was like, I think I'm gonna have attitude. I think I'm gonna just be stressed out at work, because that is not the case. But a lot of times there's things going on, especially with what's going on in the world today with this global pandemic and all of the, the injustices that we're seeing. And it's just it's like people are getting hit one after the other.
Yes.
So what's really happening is people are sitting in this house, they are miserable. Maybe there's something going on with their employment. So money is funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Financial stability that they need to continue to take care of their family and to thrive as individuals. And then so now you're not able to take care of your family. So you may be feeling some type of way. Then you may have someone in your ear telling you that you're not good enough. Look, you can't even take care of your family, saying you don't know if it's coming from the one person or the other. But now this additional stress, now they're going at it. Now there has been an uptick in abuse with children because of this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it all stems from the inability for people to be able to communicate, right? And if the mental awareness being off, they're not aware that there may be something going on with them mentally. So they're just acting out, not knowing that, hey, I need to maybe stop, pause, look internally, like what's going on with me as to why I'm portraying or I'm lashing out on the people that I love. Because for the most part, most people, they love their families. They really, really do. But it's with all the things that they have going on is why they're acting the way that they are. So it's important that we start to have this conversation and not be afraid or ashamed to say, hey, I'm not okay.
Exactly.
And I need
and sometimes we have to pay. And then the people on the outside, we, and I say we, because sometimes we so caught up in our lives that we don't pay attention to the people that's around. And that's why you see people come to jobs and shoot up jobs and shoot up this and that, because you don't pay attention to people. You have to pay attention to their attitudes, their actions, and how they do stuff, and how strange they don't change and all that stuff. You have to really pay attention to that type of stuff. Even with your children, you have to pay attention, because even with the suicide rate, it's high, because some people are so good at hiding their problems. And I can speak on that because I had my daughter, Quita, she's very good at hiding. And for years, I didn't know my daughter had a lot of stuff going on because she hid it. You see what I'm saying? So if we, as the people that's around the person that's having the issue, you can come in and say, well, dang, Bob don't usually be late. Why Bob dressed like that? It could be with the dressing too. You see what I'm saying? People think the simple stuff are not important, but they are. They're very important. So you have to, as the person that's sitting on the outside looking in, and now if the person just push you off, you don't give up, just get back up. But it always offering that, like I always do this. When you're ready, my door open. And then another thing that we have to, what I've learned, whenever a person is calls you and they having a bad mental day, something going on, you ask that person. Instead of you like blah 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 blah, you ask them and say, listen, do you want to vent or do you want me to give you advice? Now, if you want me to give you advice, are you ready for the advice that I'm getting ready to give you? Because if you just go off into you just talking, that person ain't had the chance to even vent to you. You get what I'm saying? So ask a person, hey, do you want to vent or do you want me to give you advice? Because I'll sit here and listen and let you vent and it won't say a word. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, yes. And I love that you said that too, because even from what I do for work, as an HR professional, I tell my manager that's like, sometimes it should be a conversation should be 50-50. But if that person came to you, then they should be doing the talking, unless they say, after they're done and they're ready for you to jump in and give your 2 cents, then that should be what is taking place. So I love that you definitely marked on that and pointed that out, because I think that is, sometimes people call you not for you to say nothing, just for you to listen to them. And that's how we got to really start we have to listen to not respond. We need to listen to understand their feelings. Because it ain't about, because they may be talking out of their mind. You know, when I say that, it's not like because they're crazy. They just venting. And when you vent, you say all kind of stuff. You know,
Say all kind of things.
And
I've been
you may not even mean it. You're just venting. You're upset and you're just talking. Right. And so but you still need to be listening, because during that venting session, they may say things that'll let you know that they're going to harm themselves, that they plan on harming something else. So your job is really just to listen and be aware of what is being said. And then when the time allows, or, you know, it's time for you to respond and put your 2 cents in, then by you say what you got to say. And when you are responding, remember, look at how this person is acting. So you want to make sure that the reaction you get from them is a positive one. So therefore, this is not the time to preach to them.
No.
And I say that
because half the time they'll tell you, I don't want to hear anything about God or this and that, because and not saying they don't love God.
Yeah, not at all. Not
just all. Right now they like, listen, I don't want to be preached to. I'm mad and I want to say this and I'm gonna do this and I'm just sick of it. And because I've been there. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear, because nothing ain't right now.
Yeah, and when I say preach it too, it may be talking about, you know, your religious beliefs, but it also could be where you want to just, well, this is what you need to do. You should do this and this. They didn't ask
you that.
All of that. Exactly. All that. They are coming to you.
But you know what? I've learned that I just recently, Camille, just learned that it was I was watching The Red Table where this lady was talking about, I can't think of the book or whatever. I wish I would have had the name of the book. But she was talking about we have to be aware and know to, like you said, it ain't for you to respond. Let that person, ask that person, do you want them to respond? Even when I had, like with my family and they get mad because I say stuff and they say this and say this and say that to me, I went through something. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm gonna say, hey, you wanna vent? Or do you want me to respond? Do you want me to give you advice? Or do you just want me to be quiet? I said, because I'm not going through you saying that I said this and said that. And I said this, I just said to help you. But you were upset. Now you trying to make it like I did something wrong. So to protect me and cover me, I've learned to know when to let somebody talk. Because I want somebody to be quiet too. Let me vent sometime. Could you just shut up and let me talk, please? I didn't want to say what I want to say.
That's why therapy is so good. You know, and that's why I'm telling you, therapy is
very good. It's very good. And it's very important. It's very important to get a good therapist too, because let me tell you something.
They're not all built the same.
Oh, no, they're not. They just there to be sitting like this and and give you medication. Everything ain't medication. Everybody don't need no medication, sis or bruh. Nobody don't need all that all the time, okay? So you have to know, I thank God that even where I was working in that mental health place, I met so many therapists, so many, that I can pick up the phone and say, hey, I need to talk. And the one I had, well, I'm not with her now, I was with her. She was the one that helped me during the time when I was going, you know, before I wrote my book. She encouraged me before I, you know, after my mom died, you know, my YouTube channel, everything. She was the one that was an encouragement for me. So I knew, and plus she was, you know, sometimes you can't really tell people your religion status, but because me and her had a personal, you know, thing at first. Because now I wouldn't have talked. I don't think the person that they was if they was not personal to me, then they was professional. They wouldn't have brought up religion, because they don't.